Hey guys, my name is Russian Badger, and it's wonderful to see you. But I definitely have to set the stage for you here. Okay, number one, this was the first game of the day just a few days ago, and you guys probably know, you guys probably share this with me. The first game of the day is usually not. It is usually not the most productive game because it's obviously a warm-up game. You're not in tip-top shape because you're just getting your hands adjusted to your controller, and it's usually not the best game that you'll ever play in your entire life. And this is by no means a great game, like the best game of my entire life, but it was so frustrating because this was the first game that I found out that my mic was broken. And so I spent half the game sitting in the corner trying to fix my mic and trying to communicate with my squad mates, but I just couldn't do it. And it was fairly frustrating to start out with because my mic is so pivotal to the way that I play with my teammates. And then so I basically said, you know what, we have 14 tickets left. It is so imperative that we get this destroyed because I do not want to be stopped at the first set of objectives on Cold War. That's not going to happen. So here we have 9 tickets left, and I finally arm it. And the squad mates and some of my teammates do an absolutely wonderful job of protecting it. But I wanted to identify and emphasize how this is one of the games where I am just that person that constantly goes for the objective. You guys know that, and I don't know if you guys sometimes identify this or know this, but you can definitely see a contrast in the games that I play. You'll see some games where I'm being quote-unquote the D-bag or the catfish going for his KDR. It may appear that way, but I'm acting as the spawn point. Hopefully you guys know what I mean when I say spawn point, as in I'm the guy that's next to the objective or close to the objective, acting as a spawn point and getting lots of kills. That's sort of my spawn point type style. And that was particularly evident on Harvest Day. My last few Harvest Day videos, I was definitely playing that spawn point type style because the map is so large and it takes your teammates so long to get to the objective if they lack vehicles that you really need to be a spawn point. But then in this game, it's very, very different because it's not a huge trek. It's not a real journey. It's not a long way to the objectives just to run there. So being a spawn point is not as imperative on a more compact and small map. And so I was a little bit more aggressive, and I think the last set is where I get really aggressive with the objectives, and I'm moderately aggressive here, but I just wanted to emphasize the contrast between an aggressive game towards the objectives like this particular gameplay and other gameplays where I'm more conservative and I'm the spawn point. And yes, I am in fact again using the F2000 because a lot of you requested it, and I really do like to fill your requests, and for some reason a lot of you requested Nelson Bay, for me to play on Nelson Bay. I thought you guys hated that map. I hate that map. I don't know about you guys, but anytime that I play Nelson Bay, I'm always reminded of Der Erlkönig. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that German poem, but it's depressing. And I just find Nelson Bay depressing just like that poem. It's like, wer reitet so spät durch Nacht und Wind, es ist der Vater mit seinem Kind. And spoiler alert, I had to spoil it for you, but das Kind war tot. And you know who else is quote-unquote tot? Is me, because I was just knifed in the face, and I don't know if you guys have realized this, but since the patch, I can easily say the knife is so much more productive and it is so much more efficient, and it's almost appalling how good it is. I would rather have a crippled knife like it was, where you could only really get successful knives if you were crouching from behind it. I believe a user commented this on one of my last videos, is if you crouch, it's almost 100% accurate if you're crouched when you knife. And I don't really test it out because I don't really enjoy the knife, but look at the kill feed. Somebody else in my squad just got knifed, and you can definitely tell you are going to get knifed a lot more since the patch because the knife is fixed. But I don't know if you guys are really realizing this, but I have definitely seen, I don't want to call it a commando lunge, but there is definitely some range to the knife now, undoubtedly. And like you said, I mean, it just took me a while to draw my gun back up after I threw out my ammo box, but there's definitely some definite range in that knife. And I believe it was one of Colin's, Oplin77's videos, where I believe it was on Cold War as well. He was looking at one of his teammates, and one of his teammates got absolutely just lunged, just scragged with a knife, and it was such a long range for a knife. I was pretty surprised, but it's definitely, I just want you guys to know, it has definitely changed since the patch. I don't think they outlined it in the patch details, but I've definitely seen a difference, undoubtedly. And I'm not totally appalled by it, but I really like close range to be dictated or I want it to be mostly involved with Wesley Snipes. Oh yes, it was. I thought it wasn't Wesley Snipes for some reason. I think I get a few where it's like Wesley. No. Wesley. 9. And that definitely was one. And I'm getting a ton of assists in this game for some reason, but that's what I want to ask you guys. You guys on Xbox, you guys on PC. It seems like PC has always had a better knife detection. Maybe I'm just totally wrong, but from the videos that I've seen, that's what it seems like. But please inform me if you guys have noticed some kind of a difference in the knife at all. Because I'm not going to say you're like a total catfish if you knife so often, because you can see in my squad, Sonic Chaos 007, he is, I believe he left this game. Yeah, I had to leave early, but he has a ridiculous amount of dog tags, just absolutely horrendous. And here I'm using the good old pistol, the 1911. You guys know that I used to be all involved, and I used to love the M9, but there's just something about the 1911 that I've had so much success with. And I know a lot of you are big fans of the Grok, or the Grotch. I believe it's Grotch. I believe I was corrected on that recently. But I don't think that I'm really more excited about any other pistol, and the other element of the pistol is I'm definitely going to be using it in Vietnam. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly confident it's going to be in Vietnam, so I'm sure most of you can confirm that for me. But I'm definitely excited to use it in Vietnam. But the other thing that we're going to have to adjust to is the iron sights. Seems like there's not going to be many scopes, if any scopes, in Vietnam, so we're definitely going to have to prepare to use iron sights, and I think Vietnam is going to be a much shorter, I want to say CQB combat oriented game compared to the longer and medium ranges of this game, because of the ACOG scopes on assault rifles and SMGs and so forth. And definitely, guys, the F2000 is perfect for this map, I think. Also, probably an LMG with a high rate of fire. I like to think that perhaps the SAW would be terrific, so would the MG3. And I killed this guy previously with the 40mm grenade, but then he snuck up on me and he got me. I do eventually get him in a rage. I don't want to say rage kill, because that would make me a total catfish. I mean, the guy was a bit of a Carl, but I'm not going to be... I'm just going to come back and get a rage kill. I believe it's revenge kill as it is, but this was about the point where I said, I really need to get the objective, because this is getting kind of annoying. So I believe I die one more time, I hate to spoil it for you, but then I just go absolute... You guys know that there's another Wesley Snipes that I just missed out on. I do apologize for that, J-Dust. I know you're probably waiting on me to say that, but I almost get Wesley... Okay, I need to set the stage here. I jumped down there, and I was like, okay, I am absolutely going to get my face blasted off, because there's 2 medics, there was like 2 assaults. There's no way I can spray all those guys down with a 30-round clip and a sidearm. Not going to do it, okay? It may be possible, but it's not realistic by any means. So I was looking at the ground, trying to throw a grenade, trying to get a kill, trying to get a multi-kill, even if I was shot, because I knew I was going to die there. So I was trying to throw like a martyrdom grenade just to see if I could clean up a couple kills as I died and take a few with me, but I was out of grenades because I already Wesley sniped a guy below the stairs before. So here I just said, you know what, I'm just going to take my hack route and go all the way around and be a ninja. Watch the guy on the left run right past me. Ninja. You see that? I get it set, and then I defend it here. I was kind of worried because my teammates don't have the best view of the objective right now. And I do the majority of the work with my sidearm, and this is really where I emphasize how much I love the 1911, because it only takes a few shots. And it is absolutely wonderful. Okay, I get Mr. Killer for you, and then I get Frodo Teabaggins. You can go Teabaggins your way into Mordor, if that makes any sense at all. And then I get overwhelmed by a triple, or a threesome of people. I do get shot, but you know what? Objective is destroyed. And obviously that screen is totally incorrect. You guys know that. We clearly won, because we clearly destroyed the objectives, and we clearly were very, very productive as a team. And it's great that I actually got a good match out of this, because I thought it was going to be awful because my mic wasn't working and I was frustrated and I was trying to fix it throughout the duration. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you very, very much for watching, and I'm going to have a lot of videos out lately because I just finished with finals and I'm on winter break. So until next time, Auf Wiedersehen. I almost said Auf Wiedersehen incorrectly. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald.